Welcome back to Catic Reviews. I'm Nirvana Sparkle. Now, 1 year ago, just about, we did a review of a Netflix original series, the dark, satirical Hollywood comedy Bojack Horseman. If you want to see that original review for its first season, you'll find the link to it in the description so that you can get to it to find out my thoughts on that season. Now, if you haven't seen Bojack Season 2 or 1, do yourself a favor and watch it. Especially Season 1. It's downright hilarious in shorthand. But here today we're discussing Season 2 of Bojack Horseman. All the original players are back. Alison Brie as Diane Wynn, Peter F. Tompkins as the ever energetic Mr. Peanut Butter, and of course Aaron Paul, who's also executive producer and one of the writers, coming back as the proverbial lovable failure Todd. But of course, Will Arnett returns as our title character. And as things would have it, things are looking up for Bojack going into Season 2. Here's where the spoilers for Season 1 come in. He's just won a Golden Globe for his autobiography, which Diane wrote. He's got the dream role of his lifetime, playing as his childhood idol, Secretariat, in an autobiographical report on his picture on his life, and even his agent, Princess Caroline, seems to be doing alright. But leave it to Bojack to take a perfectly good thing and begin screwing it up in typical Bojack fashion. Not allowing things just to go with the flow as usual. The former 90s sitcom star is at his normal shenanigans again. Only this time with a movie studio that just ain't feeling the darkness of the picture Todd's get-rich-quick schemes, and Diane pretty much going through midlife crisis. But all the jokes are as biting, as satirical, and as laugh-loud funny as ever. And unlike Season 1, where the guest stars were few, the guest stars in this season are numerous. Trust me, you'll probably have to go through the episodes multiple times to find them all. All the story threads left open in Season 1 are delightfully, for the most part, either expanded on or closed directly, while new and exciting storylines are opened up. Mainly the presence of an network exec who has been just woken up from a coma after 30 years, who happens to become Bojack's, spoiler, short-term love interest by the name of Wanda, played delightfully by Lisa Kudrow of Friends fame. This new character adds a deeper, more loving dimension. Plus, near the end of the season, a reunion with an old friend leads to one of Bojack's most catastrophic mistakes. I won't even describe it here. Just know it involves a boat. It involves some underage unsavory stuff. And ultimately, Bojack kinda sorta coming to terms with things need to change in his life. Plus, we find out some brevity about Bojack's mother that brings some depth to the already super deep character. Although some of the classic comedy from season 1 returns, some of the bad bits too. Some brand new bits are introduced in its place. This season seems more focused than season 1, more on the we know where this is going, so let's just get it there track, rather than throwing up experimental ideas and seeing which one sticks, unlike season 1. This makes every episode practically a watch, other than a couple. But mainly, I would recommend, much like IGN did, watching episode 7, if any, from this season. It's pretty much a Bill Cosby spoof. And yes, it's about that. If you're familiar with Bill Cosby's current goings-on. All in all, this is a beautiful extension to an already beautiful show, and practically fixes all the mistakes that the previous season made, and expands on what makes the series already great. If you haven't checked out Bojack Horseman by this point, do yourself a favor and do it now. Especially seeing that as of this recording, Bojack Horseman has been renewed for a 12-episode season 3 coming next year. So we'll be right back here a year from now talking more Bojack. And hopefully it will remain just as funny. That's why I give Bojack Horseman season 2 a perfect 10 out of 10. If you haven't watched Bojack by now, do yourself a favor and give it a looky if you're a Netflix subscriber. If you've been waiting for season 2, I'll tell you, Bojack fans, it's worth the wait. And that's not just me horsing around. Get it? Until next time in Catic Reviews, find peace in your own nirvana. I'm not back in the 90s, part of a famous TV show. But I'm a fan of a famous 2010er, if that means anything.